All right, welcome back. We continue. Bob Pompeani, Paul Zeise with you on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. You might be asking this question tonight. Paul, maybe you are too. How did the Penguins get swept by the New York Islanders, who tonight fell 3-0 down to the Carolina Hurricanes? Very interesting how the playoffs work.
It is. It's what makes hockey different than the other sports. You know, one guy gets hot like a goaltender, but that really hasn't happened with Carolina. They've all played well, you know, and they've lost guys. They've had injuries, and they just keep playing well. The Islanders, when they played the Penguins, bottom line, the worst matchup the Penguins could have drawn. And I said that before, by the way. You know, people called me up, stick to basketball, Zeise. I just said, listen, this is exactly the kind of team that frustrates the Penguins all the time.
I think there's no
They'd
question.
much rather play a team that wants to skate up and down the ice with them and go crazy like that. This is the kind of, and of course, that's what happened.
Interesting, because a lot of people wanted to avoid Washington. Washington was a better matchup from what you're just talking about from a style point of view. The other thing here is that Carolina, while everybody talks about goaltenders and the need to have franchise goaltenders, they brought in Peter Mrazek, who really was good for them, and then he got hurt. So who do they have tonight? Curtis McElhaney. It's not as if they're throwing out any kind of Vezina names here, and yet they're getting the job done as a team. They're a speed team. Since January 1st, they had one of the best records in all of hockey.
I will say this. If there's a team in the playoffs that you can afford to have less than stellar goaltending, it's probably against the Islanders, because they don't score that much anyway.
Unless they play the Penguins in key situations.
Yeah.
Let's go out to Dave in Pleasant Hills. Hey, Dave, how are you?
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
My comments are about the pitching decision at the end of the game last night and tonight.
Okay.
Crick pitched very well, both games.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why they didn't stick with him. I know you want to bring in your closer, but what did he do? He came in, gave up a home run first batter last night. Today, he got a guy on immediately. He got one out. He's got men on second and third. He was wild. I don't know why they didn't stick with Crick.
Because Vasquez came back and struck out two of their best hitters.
Well, I understand that, but I was on pins and needles. I didn't.
Well,
know
I
they
mean,
were
that's the
gonna pull
life
that
of
game
a closer. But guess what? He has a 0.00 ERA last I checked. Crick is good, but he has a role, as does Vasquez. So in that situation, you could look at Texas last night and say, why would they go to their closer? Why? Because they want to close the game. Guess what he did? Gave up 3 runs in the 9th inning to the Pirates. Although, I got to tell you that the right fielder made a bad play on the hit ruled a double by Brian Reynolds. It should have been, he has to make that play.
Yeah. Well, in the Rangers closer, what's his name again?
He's a young kid. I forget.
He's been horrible this year.
No, not really. He had 5 out of 6 saves, but he's been wild.
He's been very wild, and he's been giving up runs. He's not exactly
but he's their closer. Once they gave up Kella, he was the only guy left.
That's what I mean. They need to find a new closer. Is what that basically what. But the problem is all those guys down there aren't very good.
I think it's Jose Leclerc.
Leclerc. That's his name, yeah.
But anyway, I mean, he has good stuff. He was painting. It's just that anything can change in one inning of baseball, and it did in that particular instance. I give the Pirates credit. Josh Bell came up with a big hit with 2 outs. He had to do it. Jim in South Hills. Hey, Jim, what's up?
Thanks for taking my call, Bob.
Sure.
You know, the first topic you talked about tonight was really about baseball fundamentals. Mm-hmm. And for, years and years and years, the Pirates have been poor.
Mm-hmm.
And primarily two places are deficient. One is the guys don't know how to run the bases the way they should. I mean, Paul said that they should know it, absolutely, but you can teach it. And the second place.
How about if you teach it and they just don't get it?
Well, hopefully whenever you pay the guy a lot of money.
So let me tell you something that happened tonight in the Minnesota Twins game, because we were watching a bunch of games.
I didn't see it. What happened?
I'm just going to tell you. So the guy hits one. I forget who it was. He hits it in the right center field gap, right?
Right.
It's clearly going to be a single only as the right fielder got to the ball.
Right.
He decides to try to go to for second, and halfway there decides, I can't do it, so he gets caught in a rundown. The very next hitter goes to the gap in left center field. Mm-hmm. He tries to stretch what clearly was a single into a double. Mm-hmm. He gets to second, ball's thrown away from the fielder, but there was a guy backing it up. He decides to go to third anyway. Mm-hmm. And guess what? He got thrown up by a mile. So, it happens all over baseball is my point.
I don't know that it happens as much as it happens.
It happens
with
all
the
over
Pirates.
baseball. Maybe not so. I get
That's
that.
the
I'm
point.
not making excuses. I'm just saying when you watch
things like that happen. I know, but the Pirates,
because the Pirates are here.
Yeah, but we also focus on the Pirates because it seems like every single game we're talking about these kinds of things.
I agree, but
that's why we focus on the Pirates.
But there's a number.
And like I said, it doesn't matter who it is. Polanco, Marte, Harrison, don't matter. None of them can do it.
No, you're right.
Anyway.
I love when Paul gets emotional.
All worked up. I got running
Due for a
bases.
break.